minority in a very big country. I'm thankful. This is why any opportunity I have to talk about Christians supporting the Holy Land and so forth and so on, I'm in. I'm 100% for it. And we mean that in a
Hello,
figurative
hello,
sense.
hello,
That
hello.
on
How are
behalf of
you?
the
How are
everyday
you?
American who's been
How are
forgotten by
you? How are
policymakers
you?
in Washington and
Where
New
are
York
you
circles.
now?
And if anything, even though Heritage every
You're
single year has done this project,
gone.
it's motivated us to do this continually
Where's
on a
the 4
scale
million
that
people?
involves
Let me
every
see.
institution on the
I'm
right
gonna
who
see
wants to be
just how
part of
long
real change.
it
And
takes for
ultimately,
them
as
to
the Vice
offer me
President said
something down
2
here.
Which
weeks ago
one?
when he was at
I'm just gonna.
Heritage
It says
for
it's
a
slow
really
right
special
now,
event.
but
This is
I'm still
an
going
effort,
to
this revolution of common sense that we're
turn
not
it
going to
on.
be
I'm not gonna
successful
take a
in
ride,
over
but just
1
see
year.
how
We really
long
have to be thinking in terms of a generation, 25
it
or 30
takes.
years to get this
It
country back on
says
track. We're grateful
3
to play a small
minutes.
part of it. You play a big part. Isn't it amazing what's been done in 3 months or so already?
Which one is
Have you
the
seen
dot
that?
dot truck?
No,
No,
earlier
I'm
today
just
I
to
was
see how long
with
it takes
some
for them to
members
offer
of
me a
the
ride
mainstream
down here.
media
Uh,
at a different news outlet because
here
the
in
Heritage
Fort
was
Worth.
airing
Because
the air
usually
off
downtown
anytime,
is
anytime.
busy,
And they were
but
complaining
they maybe
and wanting me
going,
to commit to a
to the
new film
airport
about
or
the pace
something.
of change. And I
You
was
don't
sitting
want
there
to take
privately
something
just
going
very gleeful thinking,
way
this
out of
is
your
the first
way.
time in my life, I'm 50 years old, that conservatives
2 to
still
5
are
minute
trying to
wait
proper
in your
moving
area.
with this pace. But as you know, and you talk about every day, Mark, because beyond being a friend of the show, I'm an avid listener of the show. We have to have this pace of change to scale back nearly a century of government overreach. If we don't have that kind of attitude and the pace and the energy that President Trump is bringing to it, we're going to miss the opportunity that God has given us. 100%. So every day matters. And what you folks at Heritage, you're always
How come they just keep
have
standing the
interesting
worker and the
projects.
truck is not
Very
yet
flexible. You can
finished?
move in one direction or another in terms of taking advantage of
Well, they got to stack it in the truck right.
How about the big truck?
I don't know if they're even working on it anymore because I
No,
can't
no
see
one
it.
is working on the big truck.
Well,
I
there are
can't
more than
see it.
that, but I know that time
No.
is of course
See,
a precious resource. I'll
if
mention
that
too.
big truck is
The
finished,
first
they
is
need to leave
we are
that.
zealously focused right now
It's not
on
finished.
state legislative work. A lot of people know us for our work on federal policy. We'll continue
It's
to
not
be, of
finished,
course,
but they
a
keep
major voice in that. But
standing.
over the last 3.5 years, as I have led Heritage, coming out of the state policy area, I have tried to bring to Heritage, and my colleagues, of course, lead this now, a real emphasis on revitalizing federalism. And the way we do that isn't just to right-size policy and politics in Washington. We also, at the same time, have to make sure that as conservatives control a majority of governorships and state legislatures in this country, that we take advantage of that opportunity there. And so as we're having this conversation, Mark, this long-time effort, 35-year effort to pass universal school choice in Texas is about to happen. Heritage, I want to be clear, is not the
Oh, where is
we're just one
my...
part of that. But the point
Where
is,
is
we're
my
really inspiring
viewers?
this
I have 4 viewers
revitalization of
and it's
federalism that's going to
gone.
benefit us in Washington for a long time. But the second thing that we do, to your point about being nimble, is that you know Heritage well to know that we don't wake up each day and decide that we're going to be fans of tariffs. We understand that tariffs are taxes. I also understand as an early American historian that going back to the days of Alexander Hamilton, using tariffs as a tool of statecraft and for national security can be a vital part of what is conservatism. And so what we're focused on right now is keeping the political right together with a zealous focus on China and reciprocal tariffs, trying to help the administration, but also trying to give the administration some guardrails about not going too far so that we don't upset the markets too much. Ultimately, we're on board with that.
That
But
car's
I
been by here
understand
3
that I hear
times.
this firsthand every day, Mark, from friends like
Remember
you
that
and
license
from
plate.
financiers and conservative movement, that while they may not be the biggest fan of tariffs, they understand that as a tool of statecraft, it can be used to help restore the American dream. Heritage, the bottom line, plays a central role in convening all of those different voices, letting people debate and air their differences of opinion, but at the end of the day say, we're going to try to help implement policy from the standpoint of the hardworking American rather than from the K-Street lobbyist. I'm listening to Kevin Roberts, the great president of the Heritage Foundation. Kevin, if people want to know more, where do they go? Heritage.org. They can also follow me on X at Kevin Roberts TX. Heritage.org, folks. I bookmark that. I check them all the time. And really fantastic experts we bring in this program from Heritage.
Oh, this is one around the corner going to Hearst.
Oh, man, take care. God bless you. God bless you, too. We'll be right back.
So it took about 5 minutes.
Did you know that other organization supports LGBTQ rights? That's right.
Going
Another
offline.
so-called senior advocacy group is pushing a radical left-wing agenda. They've been in bed with the left for years. That's why I stand with AMAC, the Association of Mature American Citizens. It's the conservative alternative, and they're fighting to protect the America we grew up loving. Anyone can join AMAC regardless of your age. That's right. You don't have to be 50 or 60, but they want every freedom-loving American in the fight. And right now, AMAC is offering a 5-year membership for $31. Normally it's $60. That's a 47% off. The offer ends on April 30th. And your $31 doesn't go to some woke nonsense. They help AMAC your values across this great country. Oh, and did I mention you get fantastic benefits and discounts like nowhere else? Go to amac.us/Levin right now. amac.us/LEVIN. That's amac.us/Levin. Join the fight for America's future.
TFW's News, Talk, Traffic and Weather Station. News Talk 820 WBAP.
And now, new on FM at 93.3, trending now.
Should the person who let in the Wilmer Hutchins accused shooter face charges? We asked people on the streets of Dallas what they thought.
Yes.
Griggs from the 24-hour Breaking News Center.
ClassicChevrolet.com. WBAP's first traffic and weather.
On the one.
Well, according this way, we do have an accident with 2 right lanes blocked on 20 westbound at James Avenue, Crowley Road. Also, an accident takes away the right shoulder, causing a bit of a backup on LBJ Freeway westbound before Midway.
For WBAP, I'm WFAA meteorologist.
I think they got through with that other
Mostly clear
truck.
skies tonight, 63. 88 degrees Thursday afternoon with mostly sunny skies. It'll be windy. And then on Friday, mostly cloudy, breezy with a high of 86.
Right now, 78 in Dallas. We have 79 degrees in Fort Worth. The news is brought to you by Airco Air Conditioning, Heating, and Plumbing. Well, now identified by police, the suspected shooter in Tuesday's Wilmer Hutchins High School Dallas shooting.
17-year-old Tracy Haynes Jr. was booked into the Dallas County Jail overnight. Haynes is charged with aggravated assault, mass shooting. According to the arrest warrant affidavit, he was let into Wilmer Hutchins High School yesterday by another
Hello,
student.
shout
Before he
out
began firing at him,
everyone.
shooting one at point-blank range.
Shout out, shout out, shout out.
Now, we have
Good
people on the
evening,
streets
good
of Dallas
evening,
that
good
they feel the person
evening.
who opened the door and let the shooter in should be held accountable and face charges.
Yes, I do.
Evening, good
They should
evening,
be
good
accountable for the actions of what was the intention, what was their intention of letting them in.
It is one of those things that they are still should be held accountable to some degree of for their actions, especially if they're the ones that let the shooter in.
2 victims have been released from the hospital. 2 others are currently recovering from surgery. The Trump administration is assigning military members to a portion of federal land along the southern border. Fox's Brooke Taylor has more from Santa Teresa, New Mexico.
An exclusive look as Interior Secretary Doug Burgum officially transfers federal land along the southern border to the U.S. military. This land, known as the Roosevelt Reservation, spans New Mexico, California, and Arizona. A White House official says this move will allow the military to detain illegal migrants who trespass onto the property. The secretary touring part of that land in New Mexico. This action marks a significant expansion of military authority at the border. Secretary Burgum emphasizes that it will also send a clear message to the cartel. Border encounters are at their lowest levels in decades. According to a new CBP report, Border Patrol apprehended just over 7,000 illegal migrants between ports of entry in March. In your Monday news, powered by McGowan Group Wealth Management, a store brand baby food is under recall.
More than 25,000 packages of baby food sold at Target under its Good and Gather baby food brand is being recalled because it may contain elevated levels of lead. The recall includes 4-ounce tubs
Shout
of baby
out
peas,
and good
zucchini, kale, and thyme vegetable
evening,
puree
good
with a best
evening,
buy
good
date of
evening.
December 7th and December 9th.
Good
Lisa
evening,
Lucera,
good
Fox News.
Our
evening.
next news update within 30 minutes. Check back
Good
3, 4, 5 times a day. And keep
evening.
connected to DFW to News Talk 820 and 93.3 FM WBAP.
Let's
face it, getting around town these days is a real pain in the ass. Hey, watch where you're going. Know which traffic trouble spots to avoid and the best ways around them with up-to-the-minute traffic reports at the top and bottom of every hour.
News Talk 820 WBAP.
And now on FM at 93.3.
Hey guys, does your sex life stink? At Men's Edge Medical, they understand the unique challenges men face as they age, and they're here to help you get back to being the best version of yourself. Here's patient counselor Raul Garza.
Whether it's erectile dysfunction or premature stamina, we offer advanced treatment, tailored and customized to your needs. Our medical professionals specialize in solutions that work, using the latest and cutting-edge technology and a personalized approach to ensure you feel like yourself again.
Don't let these issues define you. Men's Edge Medical offers
No, they must still
free
have some more for that
consultations, and they take the time to listen and understand what's holding you back.
Lots of girls.
It's time to take control of your health and your life. Call today for a free consultation. If you don't get results on your first visit, that visit is free. 972-996-0900. 972-996-0900.
Is your AC ready for summer? Don't wait for the heat to hit. Weak airflow? Warm air? Strange noises? These are warning signs your AC needs attention. Our skilled technicians offer AC repair services or replacements to keep your family cool all summer long. Don't sweat it. 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning has your back. Here to keep your home cool all summer. Visit onehour.com to schedule today. Financing options available.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind. Ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. Never leave a fallen warrior behind. Ever. Learn more about what we do at Wounded Warrior Project.
Continue to forward the
Make this your year.
text to
Looking
me
for a new
again,
career in the high-demand
so I can
fields of
print
IT,
it too.
cybersecurity, and AI? Attend classes live, online, or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify.
Brought to you by Retire Simply Radio. How do you retire simply? Listen to Financial Advisors the Wednesday, Saturdays, 11 a.m. on WBAP, 820 a.m. and 93.3 FM. Scott and Angela Winstead will help you retire simply. Listen in Saturdays, 11 a.m. on WBAP.
At work or at home, get breaking news, traffic, weather, and business information on our free app, WBAP Streaming, powered by InvestYRefi.com. That's invest, the letter Y, REFY.com.
Breaking news. Hear it here first. Keep connected, DFW. News Talk 820 WBAP.
News Talk 820 WBAP.
And now on FM at 93.3. Making conservatism great again. Dial in now. 877-381-3811.
All right, let's take a few calls here, I would say. Let's do it. Diane, Fairfax County, Virginia. The great WMAL. How are you?
I'm well. How are you, Mark?
Very well, thank you. Very good.
So I'd like to share the following. Earlier in your program, you referenced the fact that we don't have the quote-unquote infrastructure to accommodate what's being accumulated by these.
To do due process for millions of illegal aliens. Yep.
Yep. And as a taxpayer, an American citizen, I'd say that we don't owe anyone to, at my expense and to American taxpayers' expenses, the building of a quote-unquote legal infrastructure. To accommodate the individual circumstances of any person in this country illegally. We're not going to reconfigure or reimagine our legal system or our constitution to make the illegal legal.
Well, unfortunately, you and I apparently don't have any say in this. Nobody's asking us. These judges are trying to impose it on us. which is why I fight this every damn day behind this microphone and on television when I'm there. And I want the people who are on the left and the never-Trumpers and so forth and so on to explain to us exactly how this is going to work. Tell us what it is that you're demanding. Tell us how millions and millions of people are going to have an opportunity to get in front of some kind of a judge somewhere, some kind of a person somewhere. And how
Ella,
this is
dyan
supposed
ka
to
pa
work.
lang. Hindi ko
Well,
nakikita
Fox
ngayon
Fox
lang.
that, well, at least with about 2 million
Good
of them, we don't
evening
have to,
dyan,
and that's
good
a great thing.
evening.
But there's
I
at
know,
least
good
11 million
morning.
of them,
Dito
and
pala
there's
ang
gotta be
good
more than that,
evening.
because there was 11 million of them before Biden came in office.
Good
20 million.
morning, good morning, good morning.
I know of no way to process all this. None.
Hello, hello, hello,
And on you as well. It doesn't
everyone.
matter how many immigration judges,
Dito naman
so-called,
kami
or
sa
bureaucrats
work.
that they hire. It'll never be enough.
Ayan,
But this has to be dealt with. These people have to be deported because
babantay ng mga
there is what they call birthright
trabador.
citizenship. You and I may disagree with it, but they're still playing by that rule. And
Naglulod
number two,
sila
even
ng
more,
mga
there's chain migration.
gamit.
Chain migration.
At natapos
And when the
lang
Democrats come back, 'cause at some point they will,
mag-take-down.
and they'll have both houses in the presidency, they're going to give amnesty to these 20 million people. And you're going to have chain migration, which turns 20 million into 100 million. And your country's gone. It's gone. So all these people who want to talk about due process, they must tell us exactly what they're talking about.
Ayan.
Not just theoretical and beat their chests and pat themselves on the head in a circle form, if you get my point, where they're talking to each other. I want to know exactly. I want
Good
to see the
morning,
blueprint
good
for this.
morning.
And what are we talking about? If somebody's picked up right on the border by a border patrol agent, they're here illegally, do they get due process, or can you push them back over the border politely and say goodbye? From what point and to what extent do they get due process? From whom do they get due process? How is it constitutionally structured? That is, this lower form of due process, if there is a lower form of due process. I have 1,000 questions that no Supreme Court ruling in the past has answered. I have 1,000 questions on how we're supposed to do this. Because for the reasons I said in this post, Diane, and the reasons I said on this air, this was a setup from day one. Millions of people coming in here, overwhelming the immigration system, overwhelming the legal system. Then they appoint 235 quote-unquote progressive judges at the district court level, according to Schumer, I'm quoting him, who make it virtually impossible to deport anybody. And so they bring these people in, then they protect them, then they say, oh, we got to have due process for everybody. Well, Mark, what else are we going to do? I don't know.
They're not
but this
using
isn't gonna
that.
work.
Do what?
They're
Why
not
would you?
using the
All right,
forklift
Diane, thank
now.
you for your call.
They're
Take care of
using
yourself.
Oh, they're using the lift gate.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go to Chris Montrose.
Well, you know, they had a
North
lift gate.
Colorado.
They got a lift gate on
The
that
great
other truck too.
KNTZ. Chris, how may I help you,
But
sir?
maybe they only got a couple to put on there. Or maybe they don't have room to turn it or something.
Due process doesn't have different levels, and I am an attorney. Due process is what's due. Your example of the guy that just stepped across the border, can you push him back across? That would be due. It's not a different level. It's what is due in the moment.
No, I understand, but I'm not talking about what you and I think. I'm talking about what the courts will compel. So, my point is, if they're going to tell us what levels, that is, that you're going to concoct, that you're going to create, tell us exactly what you have in mind. Let me step back. Tell us what you have in mind here. Will full due process apply to everybody? Some other level of due process? Who is going to be making that decision? Is it the Supreme Court? On the ground level, who is going to execute it? And there's millions of people, most of whom won't show up for anything. They just disappear into their population. So it's a practical matter. I want these folks to tell us what they're talking about. Anyway, go ahead.
Don't talk about different levels of due process. They get what is...
I am going to talk about levels of due process because I know that's what's coming.
Okay. I want to talk about the radical judges and how Trump might deal with the threat of criminal contempt proceedings. I think that Donald Trump should give a preemptive pardon. And again, I'm a lawyer. I missed that day when preemptive pardons were discussed. I think it's an abomination. But since it's now a thing, Trump can preemptively pardon the entire Justice Department, turn them loose, let them do their jobs without fear of recrimination from these judges. What's wrong with that?
Well, a lot of the people at the Justice Department aren't our friends, so I don't know that they know who those are yet. But I think you're onto something interesting in a more confined context. Anybody who was involved in this case seems to me could do a preemptive pardon, right? So maybe that's an idea. It's not a bad idea. I'm not a huge person in favor of doing it just because they did it. But sometimes I reach a point where you got to do what they do. You're in the mud, you know, and you got to deal with it as it is. I think they have some other shots to it that they need to take. I would file a mandamus with the Supreme Court, and I would say, you just ordered this guy and told him he doesn't have jurisdiction, but he won't let go of the case. Now, he wants to hold us in criminal contempt, but he says the only way to resolve that is if we fix the problem that he accuses us of creating, violating his order. And in order to fix it, on page 43 and 44 of his opinion, Mr. Attorney, he says, here's some ideas, and his ideas all involve giving some form of a process to these. That's what you said. That's what I would do. And as Hans pointed out, he didn't have jurisdiction from the get-go. So, order or no order, his order is null and void. He never had jurisdiction. He doesn't have jurisdiction. And that's what I would go back to the Supreme Court with.
Final thought. If Trump granted immunity and the left rebelled and said, oh, he can't do that, well...
I know what you're going to say. Then the immunity for the J6 committee and the others so forth doesn't hold.
And the Biden crime syndicate can be prosecuted.
All right, thanks for your call. All right, some good ideas from the counselor there. Let's keep going. What do we got here? Yeah, let's go to our buddy Jimmy, Brooklyn, New York, the great WABC. Jimmy, how are you, buddy?
All righty. This Senator Chris Von Holland going down to El Salvador. This man works with a group called Council for a Livable World, which was founded by a proven Soviet spy during World War II, a guy named Leo Szilard. And this guy, Van Holland, this Council for a Livable World, is extremely important because it pretty much is the group that put Biden in office. So this is a group that's also connected to the tax-exempt KGB front group, Institute for Policy Studies.
All right, hold on now, Jimmy. Now, who, among others, but who is the primary founder of the Institute for Policy Studies?
Marcus Raskin, the father of Jamie Raskin.
Exactly. And that's why Jamie Raskin won't come on this program, isn't it?
He won't talk to you. He can't
It's
handle
almost
anybody
2
like us, like you
hours.
or me or whoever else is
Because his father was a big ally of the old Soviet Union, wasn't he, Jimmy?
That's right. They supported the enemy during the Cold War, and they still have a lot of influence in this country. In fact, the senior fellow from that group is Francis Fox Pippins, who said we're going to get the changes we want largely through minorities and immigration. I was in the audience when she said that. So you got this Institute for Policy Studies, and they basically, the Soviet Academy of Sciences, within that you have the Institute for the Study of USA and Canada. So the Institute for the Study of USA and Canada, they know our history, our Constitution better than most Americans. They know us in order to work how to defeat us, how to use our system against ourselves. But that gets brought down to the Institute for Policy Studies, and then it goes all throughout the Democrat Party. It goes to the New York Times, Washington Post.
Is it not amazing to you, and then Jimmy, I got to break for a heartbreak. Is it not amazing to you, with all the media out there, and Raskin appears day in and day out, that only I bring up the Institute for Policy Studies and his father and their connection to the old Soviet Union? Isn't that amazing to you?
It is amazing that even though the conservatives don't talk about it. That was my first calls to Bob Grant 38 years ago. Now here's another thing, real quick. We have 50 million abortions in this country, and we also have doctors getting paid to persuade elderly patients to sign "Do not resuscitate." This is a slippery slope. So you're ending the life at the beginning, you're ending the life at the end. The slippery slope works toward the middle, and now 55% of liberal Democrats support killing President Trump.
That's pretty sick. Or they don't oppose it. You're right. All right, Jimmy, thanks for your call. Appreciate it. Israel's still under attack. Missiles from the Houthis, Hezbollah, Hamas. According to a report in the Wall Street Journal, Israel was prepared to attack the nuclear sites of Iran this May, but they were waved off by our administration for now that wants to try diplomacy.
Shut
So
up,
at least for some foreseeable future, even in the short term, they're going to continue to be hit in the Holy Land. Here in America, we can't imagine living under constant threat of terrorism and rocket attacks. Imagine Mexico,
Hurry.
everywhere else. They're surrounded on 7 sides. We have 2 plus 2 oceans. that this is the reality in the Holy Land. Parents taking their
So
children
how
to
can
school,
you will pay
falling
your
to the ground,
worker, Papa?
lying on top of them when they hear these sirens to try and
Have to wait
protect
till
them
they're done.
day in and day out.
What
The
if
next
it's
attack
then
against kids
11
will notice
o'clock?
say,
They will still be here at
the next
11.
attack against
So
Israel
how
can be happening at
many
any time, with almost no
are
time
you
to
going to
prepare.
pay that 11 hours?
That's why I'm partnering
Whatever
with the
it
International Fellowship of
takes.
Christians and Jews to provide life-saving and security essentials to the people of Israel.
It'll be 8 hours at 9.
Urgently needed tax-deductible gift
If it goes
will
to
help provide
10,
security essentials.
it goes to
bomb
10.
shelters,
I mean, you can't help it when you can't get to the dock.
Armored security vehicles,
I know,
ambulances,
but
and much more.
this other group
It's a sad
is not
fact, but this is what they need.
it's not
Please
doing
join
good.
The International Fellowship of Christians and Jews and me,
They're loading,
standing with Israel, the Holy
but
Land.
they gotta.
All to make
It's
the
sometimes hard to
tax-deductible
load
gift. It's a blessing.
because you got to
It will
get
be
everything
greatly
in there in a
appreciated.
certain
Go directly
way.
there and quickly.
Make sure it all fits.
844-866
I mean,
IFCJ.
There's people that are loaded. These people aren't. But there's a guy on the forklift. There's a guy pushing stuff.
I'll be right back.
When they start loading, we're gonna
This report is
leave
sponsored by True
and
Green.
go drive around the corner and go, I'm gonna go pee somewhere.
The lawn started looking like a fairway, and Pro Golf started showing up. Hey, look, 10-inch lawn. Get a PGA Tour quality lawn for as little as $1 a day at TrueGreen.com. Exclusions apply. See TrueGreen.com for details.
Brought to you by the Common Sense Investing Show with Victor McClure.
Tune in to the Common Sense Investing Show with Victor McClure, now heard every Sunday morning from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WBAP. Learn how to have a stress-free retirement and get great insights into the market. For more information or to hear an old show, go to ILoveMyRetirement.com.
Dan Harker and Empower
Hurry,
Home
hurry,
specialize in
hurry.
selling homes that didn't sell the first time. Hi, I'm Brad Barton. Dan Harker and Empower Home Team use their own exclusive home seller programs that other agents simply can't offer. In fact, these programs are proven to get home sellers over 6% more than the average agent can get them here in North Texas. And since Dan Harker and Empower Home Team are so confident in their services, they will guarantee the sale of your home in writing. You just sit down with them, agree to the price and the deadline, and if your home isn't sold by your deadline, Dan will buy it himself. It's just that simple. Becky contacted the Empower Home Team after a very frustrating and stressful experience with the agent who first listed her home. Dan got her home sold for top dollar in just 10 days. She said Dan's expertise and knowledge of the market set the Empower Home Team head and shoulders above everybody else. Now, if you want results like that, call Dan Harker and Empower Home Team at 844-672-SOLD.
Probably gonna be 9:30 at least.
That's
maybe
844-672-SOLD, or just
it'll
visit
take about an hour to load the
harkerhasthebuyers.com.
truck.
That's
Yeah.
harkerhasthebuyers.com. Hey, North
But
Texas,
this one
spring
is already
beautiful
2
around here. The grass
hours
green's
and
up,
they
the
did
bluebonnets
not
come out, but there's no need to bundle up anymore. I'm Brad Barton. Clarity now has bundled
Did not
pricing,
finish.
40% off every other window and 20% off every door. And you can save even more with their bundled pricing. You need to call and find out more about that. And Clarity's 5-star financing lets you get your windows in before summer. Just think how new windows will rejuvenate the appearance and add to the value of your home. Clarity has superior maintenance-free windows and doors, and you can trust the local pros at Clarity to install your new windows and doors so carefully that they offer a double lifetime warranty on parts and labor as long as you own your home. That's how they won the Consumer Choice Award 10 years in a row. And when you see your energy savings, you'll wish you'd done this a long time ago. So give Clarity a call today at 1-888-458-3630 or just click them online at ClarityWindows.com. Timeless beauty and bundled savings can be yours from the one and only Clarity Windows and Doors.
Bring clarity to your home. Clarity Windows and Doors.
From the Airco AC Heating and Plumbing Studio, this is News Talk 820 WBAP, and now on FM at 93.3.
Well, I hope you didn't miss the IRS deadline. It was yesterday. It doesn't just go away, by the way. No. The IRS doesn't mess around. They're applying pressure like we haven't seen in years. You might say, well, a lot of them are retiring. Yeah, but a lot of them aren't. So if you haven't filed in a while, if you didn't file yesterday, you didn't get an extension. Even if you can't pay, don't wait. Even if you can't pay, don't wait. Don't face the IRS alone either. They'll crush you. You need the trusted experts by your side. Tax Network USA, they're the best of the best. Tax Network USA isn't like other tax relief companies. They have an edge. A preferred direct line to the IRS. They know which agents to talk to, and which to avoid. They use smart, aggressive strategies to settle your tax problems quickly and in your favor. So whether you owe $10,000 or $10 million, whether you missed your tax filing this year or last year or 5 years before, Tax Network USA has helped resolve over $1 billion in tax debt. They're serious. They're good at what they do.
Hello.
They can help you too. But don't wait this out.
Shout
It'll only
out,
get worse.
shout out.
Call Tax Network USA right now.
Hello,
They're right
hello,
there.
shout
It's
out.
free. Hello, it's free. Talk to one of their strategists. Put your IRS troubles behind you. Stop stressing out. If you don't call them, you're going to keep stressing out. Trust me on this. Call Tax Network USA. The number 1-800-958-1000. Hello, 1-800-958-1000. That's 1-800-958. They're right there, 1000. They're there now. Or visit tnusa.com/Levin, tnusa.com/LEVIN. Let's go back to the caller, shall we? I think we can. Hopestown, I think they mean Hope Sound, Florida. Hope Sound, WJNO, right? Hope Sound, Florida?
Yes,
Yeah.
Mark, that's Hope
Larry,
Sound.
how are you, buddy? All right, don't tell everybody. But nice to see you, Larry.
Thank you. It's great always to be with you. Just a
Thank
quick
you,
thing
bud.
before I get to my point.
Have we ever
Hello,
met?
hello.
We have. I'll let you at
The restaurant, I'm sure. Where?
we were signing books at the mall in Palms Gardens.
That's a while ago. Well, good to talk to you, Larry. I love Hope Sound, by the way. Go right ahead.
Hello.
Just a quick point before I get to my point. Florida was given an extension for filing federal income tax returns until the end of the month, along with several other states that had severe natural disasters during the past year, so they got a little bit of a break. But anyway, what might be a simple solution, temporary as it might be, the U.S. Marshals report Sam Bondi. They provide security for all the courthouses, federal buildings, and judges. There's no reason that she couldn't, I don't believe that she couldn't temporarily assign all the marshals to this judge's district to do ICE duty, and therefore shut the courthouses and personal protection right now.
No, not that. I mean, that's to pull their security away. Can you imagine the reaction to that? I have a better idea. It's a constitutional idea. It's up front, straightforward. Congress take the steps to eliminate some of this justice. Even if they don't get it done, they can get it done if they attach it to some kind of budget or spending bill to avoid the filibuster. I mean, if they can do that, they should do that. That's the way to work. They need to be engaged in the wildfire out there. They don't need to be engaged with anything at all.
That's our Berkeley driver. We just keep waiting the other trucks to finish. It's already 2 hours and the 2 trucks are not yet finished.
Discover all the ways MEDC is
It's
driving
night
mobility in
time.
Michigan at michiganbusiness.org.
Not yet
Hey
finished.
fellow Gen Xers, it's Elizabeth Banks. Big news! The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the charge. After all, we gave the world the internet. We're trailblazers. Let's lead the way again because we are at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Gen X, This is Our Shot. Head to VaxAssist.com and schedule today. That's VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This is Rob Wilhite of the Wilhite Law Firm. When a fellow Texan is hurt in an accident, I take it to heart. Our firm wins Texas-side settlements for our clients. Get your free case review at WilhiteWins.com. That's WilhiteWins.com. Pros also majority solution.
Avoid distress of preparing to sell your home. With a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can skip the hassle of spring cleaning and sell your home maximum value. Hi, this is Mark Spain. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com. Or back.
Celebrate our risen Savior on Easter Sunday at First Baptist Dallas. Experience powerful worship on an incomparable choir and orchestra. And the First Dallas Band. And Senior Pastor Dr. Robert Jeffers will be delivering a bold, biblically themed Easter message. Join us on Sunday, April 20th at 9:15 or 11 a.m. For more information, visit firstdallas.org/Easter. CSW's News, Talk, Traffic and Weather Station. News Talk 820 WBAP, Fort Worth, Dallas. 93.3 WBAP FM, Halton City, Dallas, Fort Worth. And KPLX FM, HD2, Fort Worth, Dallas.
Live on our free mobile app, a cumulative media station. Trending now.
President Donald Trump is claiming victory in the aftermath of his Liberation Day.
Bye bye for now. I will not finish 1 hour because the 2 trucks are stuck loading their stuff. It's not good. Maybe I will just do relive later. Bye bye. Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye. Shout out everyone sa lahat ng dumaan. Salamat sa mga dumaan dito sa aking channel. At see you later again. See you in the Philippines. Going to Philippines again. Bye bye.